Well, what do we have here? We've got ourselves a little pile of affordaboard pedals. It's like a little tower. It's a little skyscraper in a little tiny city. It's affordaboard time. I've got 6 pedals in from Moval. I've covered their pedals before, and this is a newer line from them. I'm holding the absolute zero fuzz right now. Their previous pedals were little, like, fingerling sized pedals, and these are bigger. They're a standard sized pedal. So Moval is growing, or at least their pedals are growing in size. There is the green Martian overdrive. The real question here is, am I gonna find anything new or exciting or unique in this collection to make its way onto the official affordaboard? That is the Cosmic Thing JFET high gain. Some sort of distortion. Falling Star modulated delay. This has a lot of knobs. 5 knobs and a switch. Modulation on and off. Interplanetary blues drive. I like the colors. I like it when a pedal line is colorful like this. I often get bummed out because some of my favorite pedals are black or just like raw metal. I like to have color on my pedal board. Galactic Groove Fuzzy Drive. Interesting. Here's a box. Here's a box. Here's a box. Here's a box. Here's another box. I've got one more. What am I going to do with it? Have another box. I have to be careful doing that because one time I actually hit the camera and knocked it out of focus, and I didn't notice until I was in editing, and I just had to deal with it. So anyways, I'm going to get these all wired up, and then we can see what they sound like. In affordaboard tradition, I'm going to use an affordable guitar. This time the Harley Benton MR Modern Vintage Series. It's a Mosrite style shape with a Wilkinson trim and 2 P90 sized humbuckers that have a really nice coil split on here. I picked this so I can do humbucker and single coil tones, and also it's a fun guitar and I like playing it. So anyways, before I show you all these, I need to let you know that I will be running into the 2 Princeton's rig. You thought I forgot, didn't you? You felt me going into the demo and you're like, oh great, he forgot the 2 Princetons, but I was there. I was ready for it. I wasn't gonna let you down. Here's a little more. Fast enough, okay. So what do we have here? We have got the absolute zero fuzz with a color control spelled with a U. How European, how sophisticated. Also an output control, also spelled with a U. This is getting special. And an input control, also spelled with a U. I didn't know this video was going to be so sophisticated. We've got a switch here in between GE and SI. I'm assuming GE is germanium and SI is silicon. I'm going to leave it down because I tend to prefer silicon fuzzes pretty much every single time. There have been exceptions, but pretty much every single time I prefer silicon. Let's see what it sounds like. Oh, here is my dry signal. That has been the bridge pickup in the humbucker setting. And here is the absolute zero fuzz. I'm assuming input is the gain. I turned it to the right and it sounded like the gain went down. Yeah, you turn it to the left to get more gain. That's interesting. be like a fuzz face. I think maybe the original fuzz faces had backwards knobs. Maybe I'm misremembering that. I feel like I'm having a memory, but it's not quite there. Interesting, the color control, which, you know, I assumed would be a tone control, and it seems to be, is bright on the left instead of bright on the right. This pedal is going against convention, but I wouldn't say it gets dark on the right. It's more like it gets warmer. Let's check out the germanium setting now. Yep, that's a germanium style setting. It's quieter, the gain sounds tighter and fizzier, softer in a way. I like silicon because it's bright and spiky and loud and abrasive. I wasn't planning on landing on that chord. It took me by surprise a little bit. It's a fuzz. It's doing the thing. What do you guys think of that? I'm wondering what that is based on. It might be a fuzz face. The color is correct, but the color control is throwing me off because fuzz faces don't have that. And it's got a U. I'm wondering if this is meant to be like a color sound pedal. Like maybe like a tone bender variant or something like that. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Galactic Groove Fuzzy Drive. We've got a volume spelled with a U. Gain, not spelled with a U. This pedal is not as European. It's not as sophisticated, guys. And tone, don't even get me started. No U whatsoever. I just don't know what to expect from this thing now. Apologies in advance if this pedal sounds crude. I hope it sounds crude. That actually sounds fun. Is it a muff? Oh, it's gonna get crazy bright. I don't think it's a pure muff. If it's muff based, then I'm not sure what they've done to tweak it, or if it's based on something specific. Maybe these aren't based on anything. Maybe they came up with their own stuff. That would be wild. Sounds good. Sounds muffy, turned all the way up. I'm not totally sure how to describe what's going on with the gain down, but I mean, both the fuzzes so far, they do the thing. What else do you want? Green Martian overdrive. We've got turbo, hot, plus, TS9 on this option switch here. Level, tone, and drive. Only one U on this whole pedal, and it's in turbo. We're gonna get classy. We're gonna get European. We're gonna get sophisticated in the turbo mode. We'll work our way up to that. I don't think we're ready for turbo just yet. Some more level there. It's doing it. It's doing that tight, mid-pushed, fizzy sort of thing. Okay, I'll tune. I'll tune. You convinced me. I don't always get along with tube screamers. I think they sound awesome hitting like a hot tube amp that's on the edge of breakup and pushing it into that like tube overdrive and filling it out with that fizzy like mid-push thing going on. But the way that I usually run a rig with like a really clean amplifier, they don't really appeal to me. I don't know. What, do you guys like tube screamers? I like it on the split neck pickup. That's what it like. Let's try it on the plus setting. I used to have, was it a turbo tube screamer? Is what this is trying to be, where it had the 4 different settings and it was an official Ibanez tube screamer. And I remember liking the plus mode the most. I don't remember why. It was years and years and years ago. I like that quite a bit better, actually. Is more more bold, it's more in your face, it's less of that tight, nasal, fizzy sort of sound. It's more of a roar. That fizz is still in there, the mids are still in there, but it's a different personality. Onto the hot setting. Oh, got a boost there. Turbo. Oh, that's too much. Too much low end. Try it on the bridge. That's actually pretty impressive. It sounds pretty much exactly how I remember the turbo tube screamer that I used to own sounding. And I don't think I've run across any other affordaboard pedals that are doing those specific settings. This one might have a place on the affordaboard. We'll have to wait to see. It's only got one U though. It doesn't have 3 U's like the Absolute Zero. Actually, you look at the Absolute Zero, there's another U there and another U there. There's 5 U's on this. You've only got 2 on the Galactic Groove and only 1 on here. We're losing U's as we go. What do we have here? Interplanetary Blues Driver. I don't know why am I so hung up on these U's. We've got a U in the volume, none in the gain, none in the tone. We have a U down in blues, and it is the color blue. Could this be a Blues Driver clone? Transparent feeling, meaning that you still get the character and the personality of the guitar through it, like a tube screamer style thing. It just kind of like really buries you under fizz and that like compressed mid hump going on. But that sounds more just like the guitar with some grit and some dirt on it. That's what I like. I need to do a little work on this guitar. It's falling in and out of tune. But yeah, I like the sound of that. That's my style. Simple, light gain that doesn't bury the sound of your guitar. It doesn't turn it into something new or different. It doesn't compress it into a fizzy little box. It lets it breathe. Oh man, one of these might end up on the affordaboard. I don't remember if I need a fresh overdrive on there. I like that. Oh, I've got that 250 style thing on there. But this sounds pretty good. I've got some other overdrive on there, but this is pretty classic sounding. It's a classic sounding Tube Screamer option. All right, let's move on to the cosmic thing. Did I explore all this? I don't remember. I think it's got a sweet spot. Right about there is where I like it. I like how well it took all these other pedals going into it. Let's see what the cosmic thing is like now. JFET high gain, what could it be? it takes other pedals great. I'm wondering if it's an OCD variant. It might be a Sir Riot clone. There's a lot of Sir Riot clones in the affordaboard world, and they tend to be purple. And I've never actually played a Sir Riot, so I'm not actually sure what those sound like. I've only played the affordaboard clones, but it's doing that thing that an OCD does, where one voice is brighter and one is darker. It sound I'm not gonna put money on it, but I'm gonna say that I think it's an OCD clone. I'm not totally sure, but it has that feel, that like highly modified kind of rat sort of thing going on. See, people are gonna call me on that, like, an OCD is not a rat. I've heard all sorts of things. I've heard that OCDs are rat variants, or that they started as DoD 250s, or this and that, or it's a tube screamer. Like, it's like, who knows anymore? How much knowledge am I expected to hold in my head at any given point about these things? I can't know everything, especially when most of it just feels like internet speculation. On to the modulated delay. The last one. It's gonna feel like a vacation after doing all these dirt pedals. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, not a single U on the cosmic thing. How far we've fallen. We used to be a society. What do we have on the falling star? We've got a modulated delay. We have a U, thank goodness. Speed, depth, time, feedback, level, mod, on and off. If they had written out modulation instead of shortening it to mod, but guess what? There is another U on this pedal. I just noticed it. They're actually on all the pedals. Out has a U on all the pedals. Oh, thank goodness. What am I doing right now? What is this? What is this bit? All because color is spelled with a U on here, which is the European way of doing it. The Americans spell it without a U because our typesetters, back in the day when you would set up newspapers by putting little letters in trays, they were like, let's save space and let's not put a U. It's not necessary. And so in America, we don't use the U. All right, on to the falling star. The thing that I'm actually supposed to be doing in a video, not looking for you. I'm not trying to find you. But maybe I am. Maybe that's what's going on here. I'm trying to find you. Did I find you? Moval sent me these pedals, and they're gonna watch this part and be like, what is this? Why did we send this guy pedals? Reverse knobs on the speed. But not on the depth. It goes fast on the right and slow. It goes fast on the left and slow on the right for the speed. But you've got a full modulation controller. That's neat. Is this gonna be a budget deluxe Memory Man? It sounds dirty and gritty, like a Memory Man. That's actually kind of shocking. It's doing the thing. How much is this? This is $49 on Amazon right now. And you can save 20% off with the coupon for the time being, depending on when you watch this. Is this like a truly analog clone of a deluxe Memory Man? It sounds like it is. It's got the grit. It's got the warble. It's got the darkness. It sounds beautiful. You lose fidelity as you turn it up and it gets really gritty. Feels like half a second to me. I don't know about these two, but I'm gonna say right now this is going on the affordaboard. There's a simple delay on the affordaboard right now, just like a little 3-knob thing. No, that's gonna go. That's going on the affordaboard today. It's doing it! That's actually pretty incredible. I'm gonna dial in that modulation nice and subtle again. Pull it all the way out. modulation's pretty stiff, isn't it? I'm impressed. $50 and you get yourself a Deluxe Memory Man style analog delay that does the thing. You've got speed and depth control over modulation, which you can turn on and off. It pushes into self-oscillation. You can rack the time knob and it does this great, nice, smooth spaceship landing noise sort of action on there. You can get really freaky with it. Got a level control, feedback control. It gets gritty when you turn the time all the way up. It gets cleaner as you turn it. It does the thing. It does the thing. The only way it could be better is if it had like tap tempo and subdivisions or something like that. That's wild. I wish I had like a true Deluxe Memory Man here right now so I could do comparison because it sounds great to me. What do you guys think? All right, I'm going to grab the affordaboard and we're going to see what's going to make it. All right, so what do we have? Yeah, I think the bagel drive is going to go. Let's pick a drive out of this. Probably the Tube Screamer, because that's the role that this has been filling. I like the Most Sky overdrive preamp thing here, just because you could build a sound with it, with all this stuff and all this stuff. I like that. It's got a big blue jewel light on it and a piranha, a skeletal piranha. But this delay is gonna go. This is the ice set airplane delay. And look, the Velcro doesn't even stick to the rubber bottom. It was destined to leave anyways. It's a cool little delay, but not as cool as like an actual Deluxe Memory Man clone. That's really cool. I decided to grab the Squier baritone for the end of the video affordaboard Cerimony. And look at this thing. I love how colorful the affordaboard is right now. It looks like Easter. I mean, the Kuvabe is like a champagne-y golden sort of metallic hue. Yeah, it's not as colorful as the others. But then we've got yellow, like a banana yellow here. We've got a bright Granny Smith green on this pedal. A bright, like Runts banana flavored yellow color here, like lemon yellow. That's full yellow. Then we've got a pinkish purple spring reverb, a sky blue modulated delay, and like a leafy green, a salad green tremolo. Also, starting to get a lot of doubles on here from various brands. Kuvabe stands alone, but then we've got two pedals from the Effects Bakery, got two pedals from Moval, we've got two pedals from Most Sky. This one's been on here forever, and this is a new recruit to the affordaboard. Let's go through the whole thing and see how they all play together. Let's see if they're friendly with each other. Long live the Kuvabe. It's just such a nuts pedal. That's why it's lived on the board for so long. Like there's no other fuzz I've encountered in affordaboard videos that's as nuts as that thing. It's sold under other names now. I'll put a fresh link to where you can find it now. It's just stupid. There's been a lot of other really great fuzz pedals on the affordaboard. But man, you have to admit, Kuvabe is just something else. Butter roll vibe here. I think this is the best affordaboard in a long time. As far as like the completed affordaboard, like I'd have no problem gigging this. The Kuvabe is like incredibly unique, and you use that for special occasions here and there when you want to get just like knock back the first 5 rows with sonic destruction. But the rest of this is all very, very usable. Very just like, here's a standard pedal board, go have fun. You've got all the tricks that you need to do normal stuff on here. You've got a mid-push drive. You've got a univibe for some fun. You've got a crispy but transparent drive builder. You've got a Belton Bricky slapbacky style, springish, kind of surfy voice reverb here. It's the best I've been able to find so far across the affordaboard as far as like surf sounding spring reverbs go. Then you've got, honestly, what feels like a buy, no-brainer, $50 deluxe Memory Man style analog delay. 50 bucks, guys. Like, I'm calling it. Like, people should buy this. I don't, unless I find something else that sounds really, really good and has more features, I have a feeling, this is my prediction, this is going to live on the board for a long time. And then we've got an excellent trim from the Effects Bakery. It's got a volume control. That it's so essential to me to have a volume control on my tremolos. Unless I find one that's like, oh, it's just dialed in to be just above unity, so I don't really need it to have a volume control. Most tremolo pedals, cut your volume. You need to have volume control. Otherwise, it sounds great. It kicked off a long-standing trend that was on the board. I'm gonna have links to all this down below, but huge thanks to Moval for sending me more pedals. It's been years since the last batch of pedals that I covered from Moval. They sent me all their little mini pedals. And I don't remember them being as good as this. I remember them being fine, but these were all really solid. No bummers. No bummers across them all. And I picked 2. One that I think is excellent, and one that totally has more than enough business being on a board like this. So huge thanks to Moval. Huge thanks to all of you who made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude, nasty comments, support us on Patreon, buy a shirt if you're naked, stay grounded. Bye, everybody.